AMC Networks reports second quarter earnings on Thursday morning. With shares up 32% year to date, is the stock poised for more growth ahead? For more analysis and a preview of its upcoming earnings, let's get straight to Neil Macker, who covers AMC Networks for Morningstar. And Neil, I imagine you'll be keeping a close eye out for its national network segment, and that of course includes the AMC Network, which airs the popular show The Walking Dead. What should we expect in this area in terms of revenue and growth?
I think we're going to see some slight revenue uptick here in the quarter. Ratings have still been strong for the company. Advertising has done well. I think the key for this company outside of the second quarter is how do we refresh the pipeline? We've lost two of the most popular shows over the last 12 months with Breaking Bad and Mad Men. And what's coming down the pipeline? Obviously, there's some newer shows like Humans that have done all right now, but are there any other sort of these critically acclaimed premier prestige platform sort of names that are coming in the pipeline? And that's what we're looking for there.
All right, and you bring up a good point. I mean, of course, we have their upcoming series, Fear the Walking Dead. That premieres on August 23rd. But do you think the company will provide any details in terms of what that show means for the network going forward?
I think they will. I think one of the keys the management will have to do is sort of understand what the expectations around the show are and whether they want to dampen them. Walking Dead is by far one of the most popular shows on cable and one of the most popular shows overall, with viewership around 19 to 20 million per episode. Fear the Walking Dead, I don't think is going to hit those levels. And how does management sort of manage those expectations such that people don't get too far ahead of themselves? The other thing I'm interested in on Fear the Walking Dead is what happened at the upfronts, what were advertiser uptake, and what is the scatter market looking like for what advertising inventory they've got left over 3 weeks out from the premiere of the show.
All right, talk a little bit about its 2013 acquisition of Cello Media, which AMC just rebranded as AMC Networks International. What does this mean for the stock, and will it help the company grow overseas?
Cello Media was a big acquisition for the company, and one of the keys for the company was that it was, unlike some of its larger peers, very heavily levered to the U.S. market, with mostly about over 90% of revenue coming from America. While America has done very well for AMC, the cable market has sort of peaked in terms of the size of the market itself, where some international markets are well below 50% penetration, where the U.S. peaked at about 90% and is roughly about 85% penetrated in terms of number of households subscribing to pay TV. And so for that, it allows the company to lever itself a little further to the international side. Revenue now from international will be roughly around 20% going forward, which is a very big jump for a company of the size of AMC Networks. And for them, in sort of their long-term way and the popularity of some of their shows internationally, this allows the company to get a much larger piece of that revenue going forward, as opposed to simply syndicating it out to other channels.
All right, and just real quick, your outlook on the stock for the rest of the year.
Right now, we're sort of neutral on the stock, and while I think the stock might move out, I think right now, if you're an investor, you're looking for a little more margin of safety before you move into the stock here.
All right, Neil Macker from Morningstar with a preview of AMC Networks' second quarter earnings. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching The Street.